Hello, my name is Leanne Anderson, and I am a corporate shareholder in the New York and Washington offices of Greenberg, Traurig. Our firm has over 40 offices across the United States and around the world in a large number of disciplines. My colleagues in Washington and I have been closely studying and advising on the CARES Act. Today, I would like to tell you what stimulus packages and loans might be available in the CARES Act for your business. Although the CARES Act makes some funds available to the Department of Agriculture for nutritional assistance programs, today I'm going to focus on assistance that is available to small and medium-sized businesses. The CARES Act establishes a paycheck protection program which allows small businesses, which is generally those with less than 500 employees, to apply for a loan in an amount up to 2.5 times their average monthly payroll cost, which includes the cost of health and other benefits, up to $10 million. Indeed, under certain circumstances, the loan may never need to be repaid and will be forgiven. The businesses must use at least 75% of the loan for payroll costs, and if during the 8-week period following receipt of the loan, the business uses 75% of the loan for payroll costs and not more than 25% of the loan for rent, mortgage interest, and utilities, the loan, together with accrued interest, will actually be forgiven. We recommend that you work with your SBA lender or counsel to determine your eligibility for the loan and for assistance in applying for the loan, as some of the regulations surrounding it are complex. Prior to the CARES Act, the first stimulus bill also increased funding for the Small Business Administration's Economic Injury Disaster Loans. These are loans that can be as large as $2 million for a business. Another $10 billion in funding was made available for that program last week. Eligible businesses under the SBA's size and other standards, as published on the SBA's website, can apply for these loans directly on the SBA's website rather than working through a lender. Importantly, you can apply for both an economic injury loan and a paycheck protection program loan. The CARES Act also contains relief for Main Street businesses, those with less than 10,000 employees or that had less than $2.5 billion in revenues in 2019. The Main Street Loan Program is really broken into two different loans that a borrower can apply for: a completely new loan, called the New Loan Facility, and an upsizing of an existing loan, called the Expanded Facility. The loans will be a minimum of $1 million, have a term of not more than 4 years, and will bear interest at a rate of SOFR, the replacement for LIBOR, plus 250 to 400 basis points, likely depending on credit quality. The loans also permit deferral for 1 year of all amortization of principal and interest payments, and permit prepayments without penalty or premium. The lenders under the Main Street program are limited to U.S. insured depository institutions, bank holding companies, and savings and loan holding companies. The maximum loan amounts may not exceed $25 million for a new loan and $150 million for an upsized loan, as I explained further below. In order to be eligible, Main Street businesses must have been in good financial standing before the COVID-19 crisis, must be a business that is created or organized in the United States or under the laws of the United States, with significant operations and a majority of its employees based in the United States. Under the Main Street program, borrowers participate in either the New Loan Program or the Expanded Loan Program, but not both. Borrowers also cannot participate in the Primary Market Corporate Credit Facility, which is another Federal Reserve program for investment-grade rated corporate issuers. Borrowers can, however, participate in both the Main Street program and the PPP program. Loan size depends on the facility under which you borrow. Under the New Loan Facility, the maximum loan size is equal to the lesser of $25 million, an amount that, when added to the borrower's existing and committed but undrawn debt, does not exceed 4 times the borrower's 2019 EBITDA. Under the Expanded Facility, the maximum loan size is equal to the least of $150 million, 30% of the borrower's existing, outstanding, and committed but undrawn bank debt, and an amount that, when added to the borrower's existing and committed but undrawn debt, does not exceed 6 times the borrower's 2019 EBITDA. Note that any collateral securing an eligible loan under the Expanded Facility, whether pledged under the original terms of the loan or in connection with the upsizing, shall secure the Expanded facilities loan participation on a pro rata basis. Loans under the Main Street program carry a 1% origination fee for the lender. In addition, the lender must pay to the Federal Reserve a 1% participation fee, which it may pass on to its borrower. Under current guidance for the Main Street program, the lender retains 5% of the loan risk, and the government takes 95% of the loan risk. The following attestations, among others, will be required for borrowers in connection with a Main Street loan. The borrower must attest that it will not seek to cancel or reduce any of its outstanding lines of credit with the lender or any other lender. The borrower must attest that it requires financing due to the exigent circumstances presented by the COVID-19 pandemic, and that, using the proceeds of the loan, it will make reasonable efforts to maintain its payroll and retain its employees during the term of the loan. The eligible borrower must also attest that, for a period of 12 months after the Main Street loan is repaid, it will not pay dividends on its common stock, and if its common stock or the common stock of its parent is listed on a national securities exchange, it will not repurchase any common stock, and it will comply with the compensation limit on employees with a total compensation in excess of $425,000 in the fiscal year 2019 and $3 million in fiscal year 2019, imposed by Section 4004 of the CARES Act. The Federal Reserve published term sheets for the Main Street program on April 9, 2020, and accepted comments until April 16, 2020. Future guidance is expected before the program becomes fully operational. If you are interested in this program, consider reaching out to your bank to see whether it plans to participate, or to your counsel. To track developments with respect to the Main Street loans, you can visit www.federalreserve.gov or be on the lookout for alerts from law firms and others regarding developments. Thank you for your time today. From all of us at GT, stay healthy, safe, and well.